up, Bill with Bear Workshop? My name is Pat Bear. I'm here to assemble a model kit. Actually, in this case, it's a brick kit. I'm also here to hang out with all of you. And I'm starting things off by throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can apply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You can use other people's emotes. And if you feel like being a lurker, you can go ahead and lurk. I think what happened was you were live during the ad break when you switched scenes, you got muted. Yeah, so what ended up happening was, apparently, is instead of hitting the record button, normally at the end of my the part where I'm kind of going through that only subscribers hear and people that watch the Twitch VOD, I do a little intro thing and talk a little bit for like a minute. And then I hit the record button. So I start on that screen, the pre-show screen, and then start. And apparently, instead of hitting the record button, I hit the mute button and muted my audio. So I didn't record. Luckily, I didn't record the part where I wasn't talking, where you could hear me. So that's fun. Things are going great right at the start of the stream. But also because Lashbrook just says 100 because Lashbrook has been subscribing for 100 months, which is, and I know I say this a lot of times, but I mean it this time. That's so many fucking months. So let's throw the Bear Cave Lego site Tier 2 blue emote in chat. Thank Lord Crashington, or sorry, Lashbrook. What am I even saying? Lashbrook, thank you so much for the continued support. 100 months is so many months. Thank you, Lashbrook. I appreciate you very much for the ridiculous high amount of support. It means a lot. I'm a little out of sorts today. Today was a weird day. It wasn't just because Blue Sky was on and off all day, which was very funny and also frustrating. Today, nobody would reply to me. Emails, phone calls, just nothing. I'm trying to get a goddamn eye exam in this month, the calendar month of April. And I'm trying to avoid going to LensCrafters because I know I can get an appointment this month at LensCrafters. I know I can make that happen. Let's go to the overhead camera. Let's work on this mini motion Golbat. You can see, I'm going to actually zoom out just a hair here. We'll zoom out a little bit. You can see that we have named this Nosferalto instead of Golbat. We went with Nosferalto because I think that's fun. And this is a mini motion thing. So we'll put Golbat on this base, and then I can press this, and Golbat's going to move around a bit. So we built that far. We're that far in. And right now we are working on the framework, for the wings. These are laminated pieces of cardboard here for the wings, and we will be assembling those in a minute or two. But we're going to work on the frame here. So anyway, I'm trying to get an eye exam because I need new glasses. And I could just go into they're not even plastic. No, these are... this is not plastic. As far as I can tell, this is laminated cardstock. I think I said cardboard, I meant cardstock. But it is laminated. But it is not plastic. It should make for good motion of the wings when the time comes. So I went in. I want to get frames from Warby Parker because they made these frames, which I like. Which I know I won't be able to get these identical frames, but I'll get frames that look similar to this, like the glasses I had before this, which were also from Warby Parker, and not these exact frames, but very similar to them. That's all I want. I want frames similar to this. I like this. I like this on my face. I like how it looks. This is what I want. In order to make that happen, a thing that I have to do is get an eye exam because my prescription is not good right now. It is long overdue. I am in desperate need of new glasses. It is ridiculous. I have the money set aside for it. I'm ready to go. But I didn't want to go to LensCrafters because the last time I was at LensCrafters, even though the person doing my eye exam was just was not a LensCrafter employee. The people doing the eye exam are just contracted employees that come in, independent contractors to come in and do the work, right? They must have, and I don't know this for sure, by any means, but I'm under the direct impression from dealing with this person that they had some sort of program, loyalty program, bonus program, something was afoot, because they fucking needed me to buy glasses from them. Lens crafters will go on and tell you don't have to buy glasses from them, you can just get the eye exam. But that's not true. They want you to get the glasses there because that's where they make their fucking money. That's where they make their cheddar. I understand it. I get it. I don't want it, but I get it. So I was like, well, this is not going to work out. This is just not going to work out. I got to figure out how to make this like work for me. So eventually, this is years and years ago, I got this person to just give me the prescription. And got it, and then went about my business. Since then, the last couple times I had gotten eye exams, I was living in New York. So I just went to the Warby Parker location. They had a physical location in Brooklyn, and I just went there. I don't know why this isn't lining up right, but it's not lining up right. It's weird. Yeah, this isn't lining up correctly in a way that is strange to me, but whatever. I'll get this piece on, and then we'll deal with it. Yeah, this piece, something's weird. This should just be straight, like this is straight. So something's going on with this, and I don't know what it is. And I wonder if this is just, I need to give it a little more space. Is that the issue? Will that fix that? Kinda, yeah, that kind of fixed it. Okay. Give it a little more wiggle room. That's better. All right, we'll try that. So I would just go to Warby Parker and get my prescription there. And then after that, the next time I got glasses, I just ordered online because my prescription was good because of the pandemic. And then since then, I was just like, oh, I do want to get glasses. I got to get this taken care of. And so I was calling a bunch of different places. There are a couple Walmarts near me, and there are vision centers at some Walmarts. Not all Walmarts, but some Walmarts have vision centers. Maybe this is the wrong piece here. Maybe it's this one. I'm just gonna try, because this is weird in a way that I don't like. So I'm just gonna try to see if I got the wrong wing. I don't think it matters, but I just want to try and see if this wing will suddenly fit better than the other wing. No, that won't suddenly fit better than the other wing. Okay. And that doesn't suddenly make it better. I don't know. Whatever. We're going to move on. So I called the two different Walmarts, and I left voicemails because nobody picked up when I called, and hopefully they'll call me back, but they didn't throughout the whole fucking day, which was, of course, frustrating. I was pretty annoyed by that, as frustrating that nobody would call me back. And then also like work stuff. I had some emails that were supposed to go out. Hey, Lord Crashington. Emails are supposed to go out to people that just never went out to, that just never got back to me. People just not replying to my ding dang emails. And that's a frustrating bit of business there. And it's just a lot of people not getting back to me when I would like them to get back to me. This is just not fitting right. And I don't know what I think I'm going to just undo some of these steps and see if I can get it right again. But this is not coming together. Always fun to have to waste a day of doing other things because you're hoping for one thing to be done to set you free. Yeah, I mean, it really is just like the email stuff was annoying, but I can get around it. It's not... Really, I just wanted the email responses to see if I needed to do more work on projects that I'm doing, because if I have to do more work, then I will do more work. But what I don't want to do is wake up tomorrow and find out that the stuff I could have done yesterday, I have to do today. I admit I still go to the optometrist in the mall next to the lens crafters, and they always print out my prescription for me, no questions asked. Yes. That's what I want. I just want to go to a place and have them say, and take the exam and get my prescription and then move on with my life. That's all I want, is to go do that. And then, smaller a smaller thing would be that it doesn't cost an insane amount of money. If I can do this in a way that does not cost oodles and oodles of money, that would also be nice. I would like that. I understand it will cost some amount of money because I'm not an idiot. So I do know that it will cost me some amount of cheddar to make these things happen. But I am attempting anyway to avoid having to spend all the money in the world. But really, I just want to get done. I want new glasses this month. Like, what I don't want to happen, which has happened before in my life. This is hey, I'm going to be hashtag relatable here. Sometimes you save up for a thing and you're like, oh, this is the thing I'm going to be doing now. I've saved up for this thing and everything's working out and I've got this money and I'm going to do this thing. And then life happens. Life happens to you and you got to fucking take care of business, which sucks. And it's just like, and that's why I'm doing this now instead of last year when I did the work to get this money to do this thing. I had to postpone it and I had to take care of that stuff. And there's always fucking something. So I'm like, okay, so this time it looks even worse. That's right. This piece is right. And then this is not right. So why is this not right? How could that possibly be? How could this one be the one that's screwed up? And it's way off. That's way off. So, like, would this make it better? If it goes like that? I wonder if I'm just doing something fundamentally wrong, or if, like, this is, like, a known thing with this build. It's like, oh, yeah, people are like, oh, yeah, Pat, yeah. That piece isn't the wrong piece. I'm not missing. I'm like, did I miss any steps? I don't think I missed any steps. There's like 2 of those pieces there that go like that to build this part up. And like, if this goes more like that, is that it? Is that what I'm doing wrong? But then these 2 pieces don't fit right. And then I'm like, am I doing the wingspan wrong? And I don't think there's a possible, like, I don't have the wing wrong. There's like no way that's wrong. This right, and then that's just wrong. This is like wrong in a different way than it was last time. And I'm like, how did that happen? How did this get wrong differently? How is this a different wrong? Are the wing lines supposed to face the other way? No. You can see here, these match. Oh, you can't see that, but these match. These are correct. This is how it's supposed to go. But you can see that doesn't line up and that doesn't line up. So then it's like, okay, well, what did I do wrong here? How did all of this get wrong? And the answer is, I don't know. But I can like at least see about getting this side right. Like this goes here and that doesn't go there. So like something is wrong with that. So like I probably did this part wrong. Now that I look at it, oh, okay. So I did do something wrong here. Okay. So I know this part. Going back here, this little piece has to go like this. So I did do that wrong. I had this wrong. And that should make things make more sense. I was doing for that. So, okay, we'll go like that. We go like that. Now, this part here and this part here should be correct now. And they are. This is now right. In my fixing it, I did do it wrong. So there we go. And now this piece should want to go here. And that is correct. This is as correct as I'm going to get it. That does all seem right. It feels like I can do this like this. I can put these connectors in. And now I just need to do the end cap. And when I do the other wing, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do it the way that makes sense to me. And now this rest of this piece here is this piece. Oops, no, gotta make sure. This piece here. And then one more of these. And then just like this. Okay. This is correct. As far as I can tell, this is how this is supposed to go. That was really fucking annoying. But it looks like I got it done. So I can't complain. And now this goes on this stand here. Like this, like this. This goes here. And then eventually it's going to connect to the Golbat. And then the Golbat's going to move, and that's going to make the wings move. As you can see. Now we'll do the same thing, but the other way. Which is fine. And we are going to do it slightly reverse because that's the best way to do that, in my opinion. We're basically reversing some of the steps here. Anyway, I had a lot of errands to fucking do, and I didn't get them done, and it makes me mad. I'm annoyed that a bunch of stuff that I needed to get done, I could not get done yesterday. While I was waiting, I did get things done that I'm planned to do tomorrow. I got that done, so that does make me happy that I got those things done, because otherwise, you know, would not have had them done at a reasonable time. So that is nice. I did like that. I did get a jump start, because tomorrow night I gotta record. I gotta record the next couple Kuma Bears. Next couple Kuma Bear videos I record on Friday night, after basically between my dinner and when I'm going to watch a bunch of wrestling. Speaking of which, I have a bunch of wrestling to watch this week because it is WrestleMania week. I did not watch the Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling show today because of all of the things I had to do today. I didn't want to set aside time. I'm going to watch that tomorrow night. I'm excited to check that out because I like Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. So I'll watch that. And then there are a few other things that I'll be checking out throughout the weekend. Some good stuff. Good stuff here and there. Tonight, after this stream, I'll be watching the El Desperado is putting on a show for New Japan that I will be participating. I will be watching. So, Death Vegas. It will be a fucked up show, and I am excited for it. All right, so those go there, and then, wait, where are the, there they are. The three pieces I need here, and we'll be done with the wings, and then we can work on the actual Golbat body. Get into bags 5 and 6. Updates on some stuff we talked about before. Man, we gotta talk about this shit. If you didn't know, the Street Fighter 6 introduced a character, or introduced some backstory for Alex that kind of rewrote some of his backstory previously, that people were like, and people were surprised about it because they made some changes. Lashbrook, you're better than that. You don't have to watch dog shit. Also, I guess you could watch the first hour on ESPN of each night if you really had to fucking watch the garbage. You could just do that instead of watching it on their app or whatever. But you're better than that. You don't need to watch terrible wrestling. You can watch good wrestling instead. Or you can watch bad wrestling that is also inexpensive. And maybe even fucking fun. Anyway, Street Fighter 6. I mean, Lord Crashington, they are putting on one of the matches people are most looking forward to. Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar is a match that people really want to see, and that is free. So it's not the most important matches, but those are going to be bad anyway. One of the most anticipated matches is free. So they're doing that. You could watch one of the matches that people are most excited about on this dog shit WrestleMania. Like, that's a thing. You could do that. All right. So remember, Patricia, the soon-to-be wife of our boy Alex. Well, in the backstory, turns out that's his second cousin, and they were raised as brother and sister, but then they got married. And people were like, "Hey, Capcom, why did you do this? Why did you do this? There's no reason for you to do this. We're all asking why this happened and who made this the choice. Why is this the thing?" Sorry, something is wrong here, so I have to fix. I am missing a piece that I need to find. So sorry, everybody. Oh man. I need this piece. I thought I was finishing up this thing, but I'm not. I think something. All right, I got to take apart this wing. So I got to take apart this whole wing, and I got to look at it and figure out what I did wrong, because I did do something wrong, because this thing is not connected properly. I need this piece here, and I don't see it, and I don't know where it is. Maybe I dropped it. It's totally possible that I fucked this up myself, and it's me, but I'm going to take apart every little piece of this thing till I figure out where the piece I need is. All right, so I'm looking at all of the blue parts here, because it is a blue part that I am missing. And then I'm going to wheel myself back here and see if there's anything on the floor, on my carpet that I dropped. Here. Oh boy. Okay, now I'm looking here. I'm going to look under build surface, because sometimes things get messed up. Expel. No, nothing is where it should be there. There's nothing extra there. I need this piece. I need this piece. The same thing that's this piece. I don't have that piece. I definitely lost it somewhere. This is certainly a thing I did. This is not that Mega didn't put the piece in there. And it's unfortunately does not seem to be one of the pieces they have extras of, because sometimes you do get extras. Because I do have a bunch of random assortment of extra pieces over here. And I don't know what to do. Don't know what to do, because I do need that at some point. Yeah, I don't... A bit of a standstill here. My apologies, folks. I don't know what I'm going to do without the piece that I need. Because it doesn't look like I have an extra of it. Yeah, it was the piece that would go here, and I just don't have that. I don't know. None of these extras will work. There's the possibility that as I open the other bags, a piece that like an extra that I can use will appear in there, because there might be an extra of one of these pieces that I'll use the Golbat. So I guess I'll just assemble this, except for the piece that I can't find, and either hope that I find it, or I can work around it. And I don't quite know how that would happen, but we can try and figure that out. We can see if that will happen. I don't know. Let's think positively that this will work out. Anyway, so they put out a short story about this. They were like, "Hey, the text was misleading. We're sorry. We're going to make this work. We're going to figure this out." Sorry about that, y'all. We goofed. And then that didn't fix anything. And then they put out a change. They put a patch out to fix things, quote unquote, to clear things up, to clear up the misunderstandings. Because remember, basically, Alex and Patricia were raised as brother and sister and then get together. And people were like, and then also it was revealed that they are related. And people were like, what? Wait, what? And then Capcom was like, oh, you don't understand. Sorry, misunderstanding. We'll fix it in post. I'm going to try, you know what? This is not the right piece. This piece is not the right piece, but I'm going to put it in there just for now because maybe this will work in place of the other piece, which again, not correct, but we're making it work. We're doing our best. So the text was adjusted and they changed one line of dialogue. Which talks about Alex talking about the time he was raised by Tom, that is the father of Patricia. And in the original text, Tom is referred to as his late mother's cousin. And in the new text, he basically says, it's a distant relative of my mom or something, and was sparring buddy of my dad. And so they didn't change anything. If you were like, oh, that solves it, or something. Yes. It's basically saying, well, he doesn't actually know how connected the two of them are. It's They didn't change it. You know what? Look, obviously, you and I all know that it is the part where they are related that is fucked. It's also the part where they are raised as brother and sister that is fucked. Instead of just being childhood sweethearts, they, at Capcom, decided that the correct course of action would be to make it so that they were raised together as brother and sister, but they're not brother and sister, so it's okay that they got together, which is what they've been trying to say this whole time. That is the thing that they are trying to convey. Clearly, that is what they are trying to convey with this. And all they had to say is that Tom is an old friend of my dad's. He used to spar with my dad, and now he took me in. It doesn't erase the fact that they were raised as brother and sister, because they aren't going to get rid of that because they don't want to. But it would remove the part where Tom and Alex's mom are related. They could have taken that part out. And they didn't take that part out, which is, as I've said, fucking weird. It's weird, my guys. This is a weird thing that they went and did. It's weird that they did this. They didn't have to do this. They made it weirder than it needed to be. It didn't need to be this weird. They went out of their way to make it super weird. It's very strange. And again, they didn't have to do any of this. As mentioned in Kotaku, and I've said this before as well, this is an unbelievable, unforced error. They did not have to do any of these things. They chose to do all of this. All right, this almost works. This almost might work. This little change we made here might work. We'll find out soon if I have somehow made this work. I don't think I have, but maybe I have. All right, so all these parts are extra. We are going to save all these how are these all extra parts? There's so much stuff that's extra. I got a lot of extra parts here. So we might need them because maybe I will drop another piece that we need suddenly. Who knows? Who can fucking say? Anyway, the Alex situation is not solved by any means. Capcom, what are we doing here? Yeah. But I don't understand, like I said, all they had to do is just say, Tom, the guy I'm sparring with is the guy that I trained with and helped look after me, and he used to know my dad. And it doesn't solve the, I grew up and I'm a few years older than her, and I remember when she was a baby part of it, which is weird. And it doesn't solve the, we were raised like siblings part of it, which is, again, fucking weird. It doesn't fix any of those problems, but it does fix the incest problem, which is a thing that I shouldn't be talking about in regards to Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 should not have a siblings in love problem. It just shouldn't. It's crazy that it does. It's bonkers that it does. Yeah, it's just insane that we are like, and that they are like hell-bent to fix it in ways that don't fix it. Like, I don't know what they think people are mad about or confused about. I think they just are mad that people don't like their story idea. I think that's what it is. Which I should say, in fiction, is bad. Turns out we're not blood related is a trope in anime. It is a trope that sucks every time it happens. And the fans, and I'm not just talking about like, oh, American fans and their weird puritanical bullshit. I'm talking about like fans, period. Like Japanese fans. When it's just like, oh, wait, the girl that was raised as your sister isn't blood related to you. Hey, mangaka, fuck off. Like, that is generally what people say, is this is just trying to, you were writing a creepy story and then you try to pull the rug away and be like, well, actually it's not creepy. They were just raised like siblings their whole fucking lives, and now it's okay that they're together. And it's like, what? It's a weird major part of Arrested Development. But like in Arrested Development, it's like, I don't think they're trying to be clever with it. I think they're just trying to do a weird thing. Like in Arrested Development, it's just like, this is a weird plot point that we all are going to suffer with. Whereas like in Japanese media that I have come across, at least, it is not like, it is the equivalent of a loophole. It is just like, oh, here's the twist. And you're like, no, stop it. Don't make that the twist. Stop that. What are we doing? What are you talking about? That's not a twist. It's just weird. Stop being so fucking, be normal. Just strange. And like, it's one of those things where I'm like, this is not the end of it. Like this is, like Alex forever will be tied to this. They took a story that was fun and ruined it for some weird reason. Or how about this? How about this, fucking Capcom? What if he wasn't raised by Tom? He lived fucking next door, and he sparred with him, and they lived next door to one another. And they were childhood sweethearts, but they weren't raised as brother and sister. Problem fucking solved. Oh, childhood sweethearts. A tale as old as time. You can even, if you wanted to, you could even do the still creepy story of he went away and came back and now she's all grown up and they're dating. Which is, I should be, again, very clear about this, still a fucking creepy story but that one is based in more reality and is just like, oh, all right, well, there is that age gap and that's weird. But like, if he didn't help raise her, if you don't have photos of him holding her when she was a baby, then like it's less creepy. It's not great, but it is better. But like, yeah, one line of dialogue did not fix this. It did not clarify things. It made it ambiguous. Like, oh, I think I'm distantly related to him. And then you fell in love with his daughter, who you are distantly related to. It's not better. You didn't fucking fix it, Capcom. Anyway, I don't want to keep talking about this, but like I said, there'll be some other change at some point. Every time Capcom patches Street Fighter 6, people are going to have to replay that scene to see if they change the dialogue again. Like, it's going to keep fucking happening. Forever. It will haunt the character of Alex forever now. It's very fucking weird. Was there any other updates I wanted to say? Let's see. Hey, an update on some union action happening with Ubisoft. You remember Ubisoft has been doing a lot of layoffs. Ubisoft Halifax was meant to be the first ever full coverage union within Ubisoft. They unionized. They did the thing. They did the work. And then as part of layoffs, Ubisoft closed the Halifax studio because that's easier than quote unquote accidentally laying off all of the people that work there and nobody else. So they just closed it. And now they have secured, the Halifax workers have secured a settlement. 61 union members voted overwhelmingly for the deal. This is CWA Canada said. So this is basically they ratified this deal because, of course, they fucking sued. Because, of course, they did for wrongful termination. And so there has been some work done here to make some amount of concessions here. The terms of the settlement will remain confidential, but impacted developers said that despite a tough negotiation, Ubisoft respected the union and acted in good faith, which this is me. I am not speaking on behalf of the CWA Canada. I am not speaking on behalf of these workers. I am merely stating that I wonder if part of the terms were to say that Ubisoft respected the union and acted in good faith. Because sometimes those do happen. That sometimes not only is there a no disparagement clause, but you have to be nice in order to get more money. You have to act like everything is cool, and you have to publicly say thank you. And again, do I have any proof that that is happening here? No. But that is just my belief based on the fact that generally you don't say shit like Ubisoft acted in good faith because everybody knows that's not true. So the former employee, John Huffman, said in a statement, "It came as a surprise to all of us and to the frontline managers as we were in the middle of many ongoing and new projects and doing great work. We are extremely grateful to our union for negotiating this package for us," which is, again, a little bit more in line with what you would expect to hear, is for people to be like, yeah, man, we're happy that shit's happening and working out. Halifax, which worked on Ubisoft's mobile games, unionized back in December last year, and then weeks later, the publisher announced it was shutting down the whole studio. And then Ubisoft, of course, publicly denied that it was a union-busting move because, oh, it's a fucking people that voted to be a union and we shut it down. That's just a coincidence, which is, again, why, of course, Why Ubisoft would not want union activity, of course, is because then, of course, the union negotiated for this settlement. Because there are a wide variety of people who are just like the dumbest fucking people that just seem to fail upwards at Ubisoft. They have laid off people in Sweden. They have laid off people in the United States, and they have used the term, which is again corporate bullshit speak, right sizing. Ugh. But anyway, again, we don't know the details of this deal, but hats off to the folks that hopefully got a good amount of money from those fuckers. Jesus Christ. This is a story that I meant to talk about on Monday and didn't get to because I talked so much about wrestling on Monday. And I will talk about wrestling, not at this moment, but there is wrestling chat to talk about. I wanted to get through some of this. I wanted to get to this story at least, and then we'll probably talk about on Saturday. We'll talk about some other news stories because I really want to dig into this Ashes of Creation stuff. We talked about it before, but like there's been more about this complete Kickstarter disaster. That MMO where the guy would clearly had some amount of money and a lot of passion, but nothing more than that. And there have been a lot of accusations. Well, now he's firing back, and we'll talk about that on Saturday. So there's like the accusations and then his response, and we'll get into all that on Saturday. But I did want to talk about this a new Valve feature that seems pretty fucking cool. They're working on a feature that can make it easier to avoid getting a game that isn't going to work on your system, because minimum specs don't always tell the whole story, and one developer's minimum might be another developer's. Oh, hey, actually, this doesn't fucking run. This is not going to run on your machine. So there's some talk there. Okay, so there's telling me there are. I need one of these, and then I need one of these, but I don't want it this size. I want the one that's a little thicker. So I got to find that. I want this one, and it tells me here in the instructions. You can see right there. It's like, not this one, that one. That is a nice thing. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for putting that in there. That genuinely, like, I would put this on and notice right away, oh, this shit isn't working. Like, this isn't right. Like, this and this don't match. But it is nice to be told right there. And also, there's a feature that will estimate how well. Since we added a feature, will estimate how well a game will run on your computer. This is some people digging around in SteamDB. Buried in Steam's new code that references price history and 30-day low. It sounds like they're going to be adding something. One thing that seems like they are going to be adding, or at least they're experimenting with, we don't know if they're actually going to add this, is kind of like the Honey thing, where it could tell you, obviously not the scam that Honey is. Honey is a scam, by the way. Don't use Honey. If you're still using Honey for deals, you are not getting actual deals with it. You can use other things that track prices within Amazon and various other retailers that isn't Honey, because Honey likes to strip out codes. They're fuckers. There are a lot of reporting on that. You don't need me to tell you about that, I don't think. But yeah, just letting you know. Shit's a little fucked out there with that particular company. Anyway, lowest price feature Apparently, some Steam users in some countries already have it. So there is conjecture that maybe this is a thing that is only in certain countries where that is legally required and might not be a feature that will be worldwide. We don't know. But that is probably an EU thing. So we don't know if it's going to show up in other places or if it'll just be in the countries they legally are required to do that. But I like it. And another thing they're working on is the frame rate estimator. Select an app and PC config to get a chart of estimated frame rates based on the frame rates of other Steam users. So that's where their unbelievably high amount of data comes in, because they can look at it like this might not be good for a brand new game, but a game that's been out for a while. You can start to see what the performance is like based on projections because they have a lot of fucking data. But it would be good. And especially because, like, you know, the Steam Deck verified stuff is mostly on the, I believe, solely on the people, you know, the developer, or, you know, so giving a little bit more of like user based on user information to me makes a lot more sense. We don't know when those are coming or if they're coming, because again, this is not an announcement by Steam. And I would say the 30-day low thing probably won't ever show up in the US unless they have to do it. Or unless Steam, if people get mad at Steam for something, they could implement it as a make good, as like, hey, here's a thing, now you get it. That to me feels more likely than Steam just decided out of the goodness of their hearts they're gonna fucking put in a feature that would be really nice that they don't have to put in, because America's not gonna fucking implement that and make them. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. All right. We've got a little bit of time left for folks here. I did want to talk about this. Before we take our pause for the cause, it is high time that we do have some bit of conversation about Darby Allin. Darby Allin, as of last night, is the current AEW Men's World Champion, and he won the match last night in the main event of Dynamite Spring Breakthrough. Is the full title Spring Breakthrough, which was in right near where he grew up and trained as a wrestler. Yeah, MJF basically got squashed. MJF low blowed him, and then he got a counter low blow, and then Darby Allin did his fucking coffin drop from all four corners. So MJF rolled, but didn't roll out of the ring. He just rolled, and he got hit, and then rolled into the next place that he was gonna roll and get hit. And that just kept happening. Okay, so this goes like this. And then these pieces are going to connect them together. So I need these two and then this. And then one. Now, I do think it is a funny idea that MJF was basically just like, MJF didn't know that Darby had won his match to become number one contender, which is weird. But he was like, oh, I won, and I'm not going to look at social media at all. He didn't pay attention to their matches, and he's not going to care. He's not going to do anything. And he rolled into Dynamite not knowing that he had a match, which is very silly. Because I love the idea that a heel champion is just like, I'm going off grid. But not MJF. There's never been a more online champion than MJF. Maxwell Jacob Friedman, the wrestler, fucking vanity searches his own name. You know, he doesn't post on Blue Sky, but you know he has a Blue Sky account that he uses as a ghost account to like search for his own name. Like he's on every social media platform, that character, looking at his stuff. Like that's the character. Because that's also MJF, because he fucking does that. So like there's no way that he wouldn't know. But it's fun. The larger picture. Rough time for me. A guy that wants to watch an American wrestling program. And that's the one that I want to watch. Because I'm never going to watch TNA. And I don't want to watch the WWE anymore. But I'm definitely never going to go watch TNA. Because TNA is always a fucking mess. And I'm just not going to do it. Just not going to do it. So he's the Kevin Durant of wrestling with alt accounts to do his online arguing with anybody shit-talking him. No, Lord Crashington. MJF will use his primary account to shit-talk people. I'm saying that he has alts because he's not officially on Blue Sky, right? So he has an alt on Blue Sky so that he can search his own name. But on Twitter, MJF, the character, in character, the real person, does respond to people. I'm saying that he is the most online champion in AEW history. But the point I was making there is currently it's not looking great for me, the guy that wants to enjoy AEW, because currently AEW has two champions that I think are not great wrestlers, and certainly don't think are particularly good talkers. The AEW Singles World's Champions are currently Darby Allin and Tekla, and I think Tekla is fine enough in the ring. I should say, I think that it worked it fine for her in Stardom, but the spear is not a good finisher when all of your opponents are bigger than you. I think a tiny girl like Tekla doing the spear to like someone like Chris Statlander is comical. And they need to cut that shit out. She needs another finish. She can have two finishers, but she needs a finisher for a big person. Because it ain't flying. It ain't working. It ain't going. And I think she's awkward on the microphone, and it's that meme. It's the meme of like the handsome guy and the ugly guy say the same thing to a woman at the workplace, and one thing she's like, "Oh, you," and the other one she's like, "Hello, HR." It's that with bitches. Like when Okada refers to everyone as bitch or bitches, I laugh and I think it's great. When Tekla refers to every woman that she has a problem with as a bitch, I just go, yeah, they're bitches. Cool. And I'm just like, I'm fine. Come up with anything else. What are we doing here? I think it comes down to it's the only swear word that the WWE thinks is okay to say. Like they think it's fine to call people bitches. And so it maybe that's what it was. Whereas like, just call them the word you want to say and they'll bleep it out. You know what I mean? Like they'll do the work. If you're like, hey, I want to say a very nasty word. I want to call this lady a whore. AEW as a whole calls people a bitch way too much. Yes. Like I said, it's fine when Okada does it. It's not fine when... I don't think it's fine when Tekla does it. Because Okada... that's what it is. Okada wants to call you a bitch. That's the word he wants to say. Tekla wants to say something worse and can't say it, so she says bitch instead. And that's the difference. Okada revels in saying, pause, bitch. Tekla is like, these bitches. And it's like, oh, it's a replacement word from the word you want to say. Austrian lady. Okay, what do you want to say? What do you want to say? That's what it is to me, and I don't like it. But again, we're talking about two people who Can't really talk on the mic. Darby Allin is fucking Darby Allin last night was trying to make himself cry. And I was like, this is sad. He should not be attempting this. This does not work. And people have said, hey, a thing about Darby Allin is that Darby Allin does a pretty good pre-tape. He's a pretty good pre-tape. And I'm like, great. The world champion can't just do pre-tapes. So either have Sting go on the road and do his talking for him, which is fucking crazy because Sting also not a great promo, but still better. How many times do we need to hear his life story? So the thing is, right, like part of it's just like the life story of like underdog. No one said he was going to be a wrestler. Nobody believed in him. All that stuff. I'm like, yeah, man, hell yeah. But they changed it. They changed his backstory a bit. They added a part to his backstory where he needs it and he wants it. He wants to be world champion. He needs to be world champion. And at that point, I'm like, hey, dog, everyone in AW needs to be the world champion. The only two guys in AEW that don't want to be world champion are the Young Bucks because they want to be tag team champions. Even every other brother tag team in AEW wants to fucking be a singles tag team. Like Jet Speed want to be tag champs, but it's not like they both said, no thanks, I don't want to be in this TNT casino gauntlet. Like everybody wants to be champion, guy. It's a little fucking incel. Darby on Wednesday was a little bit like, I worked so hard and I busted my ass for this place, and I need to be champion. And it's like, well, then win matches. That's all you got to fucking do. You got number one contendership for no apparent reason. Why was your match with Andrade for the number one contendership? Because the guy that was facing MJF beat the guy that you're going to beat. Like, what? I don't know. It felt like completely out of nowhere. And weird. Because I was just like, I don't fucking give a shit. And he was in hometown, and again, Sting fucking showed up. When Sting showed up, I was like, oh no, they're gonna fucking do this, aren't they? So supposedly MJF is filming a movie. They honestly beat you over the head with so many flags he was gonna go over halfway through. I thought they were gonna swerve us. Yeah. Because actually, to me, that's fucking incredible. To me, if they do all of that and then MJF hits him in the nuts and wins, if MJF had won there in 15 seconds, that's heat that lives for a long time, right? And then Darby can chase him. Tony Khan can give them the match at Double or Nothing because he's like, hey, come on, Max. Like, what are we doing here? Like, also, just kick him in the dick in front of the referee and do the disqualification. Darby did win on Wednesday via disqualification. Who cares? I know it was that if Max no-showed, he'd be stripped of the belt or whatever, but like, fucking get disqualified. Who cares? They're not going to change the title on disqualification. Anyway, supposedly it's because MJF has commitments for some filming, in which case I would say, why not just have Kenny win? Like, I can't believe I'm saying that, because normally, y'all know me. When it comes to AEW, I'm the guy that says, no more repeat champions, new people. I'm the guy that wants folks that have been elevated from the mid-card to actually get elevated to the top and win the title. Brody King winning the title would be insane and great. Why not Brody King? There are people. Andrade. They could have elevated Andrade and turned him babyface until he beat MJF, and then he's a heel again. Who cares? They had heel versus heel, and the crowd would cheer for him Andrade because Andrade is fucking awesome. I just think it's a rough place. I think they're gonna Look, I know Darby is popular. People say like, Pat, you don't get it. People like Darby Allin. And I go, I know that. I know they like Darby Allin. But they also like Orange Cassidy. You know? They also like Claudio Castagnoli. They fucking love Brody King. You know who AEW fans really love? Bandito. They fucking love Bandito. They love a lot of fucking people in AEW. It didn't have to be Darby Allin. It didn't have to be Darby Allin. But it's Darby Allin. He's the world champion. And I think AEW is worse off. Oofta. Man, imagine if it was Orange Cassidy. Imagine if Orange Cassidy had beat Andrade on Sunday and then came in. Man, I just hyped myself up. I didn't even look, because I'm a mark. I know I'm a mark about some shit. I didn't even fucking say Eddie Kingston in that. Because I understand Eddie Kingston right now is on Ring of Honor. Eddie Kingston is nowhere near the world title picture, right? They could, if they wanted to, they could gas him up real easy. It's not going to be Eddie. I know it's not going to be Eddie. But also, could be fucking Eddie Kingston. Could have been Eddie Kingston. I know it won't be. Could have been Eddie Kingston. Anyway, I'm going to take a pause for the cause. This is my opportunity to talk to you about ways that you can support what I'm doing here. Everything I'm about to talk to you is optional. You are under no obligation to do any of this stuff. But if you would like to support what I do here financially, I'm going to give you some options and some ways to do it. You could do that. I'm so sweaty and I'm sorry. It's very hot in this room. It's very hot in this room and we have not turned the air conditioning on. So it's just hot in this room and there's nothing I can do about that because I can't open the door. So it's just warm in here. I got the window open all the way. I'm going to throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the tier 2 blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber to the Bill Bear Workshop, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, consider becoming one. Cash money or your Prime Gaming token, easiest way to support what I do here. You could gift a sub, be the top of the gift sub leaderboard. Bits and coins are also always appreciated. There are a number of ways to support what I do here financially. And I'm just going to talk about them because, like I said, they help me out. So if you wanted to, you could do that. There are ways to help me out if you would like to. I have a Patreon at patreon.com/PatBaer. Over my Patreon, there's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier, and there are different rewards for the different tiers. You could consider joining me on Patreon if you wanted to. The nice thing about Patreon is that it's the $1 tier. It really is like $12 a year. Doesn't feel like much money to you, right? $12 a year? Come on. That's a month of a streaming service, right? $12 a year to me, that's halfway to a model kit, right? A couple people do that, and I'm buying more stuff to build. I'm buying more expensive stuff to build instead of just like whatever kit I can find for in the $20 to $30 range. I'm looking at $30 to $40 model kits, right? So it adds up. Consider joining me on Patreon. I haven't given the hard sell on that in a while, and I'm never getting rid of that $1 tier. Just so you know. They ask me a bunch, and I say no every time. I got a YouTube channel, youtube.com/PatBaer. Consider subscribing to my YouTube. It's free to subscribe. That's a way to help me out without spending any money. Just subscribe to YouTube, on my YouTube. And then if you want to become a member for just $2 a month, you'll get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. So the video that went out to everybody yesterday, you would have already seen that on Tuesday. You'd already know what that video was, which we'll talk about in a bit. Those are all monthly ways to support me financially. If you just like to throw something in the tip jar, I've got a Ko-Fi and a PayPal, and you can make a direct donation to that. Let me put the thing in there. And everything I make through direct donations like that through YouTube, which includes AdSense, so watching my videos helps me out, through Patreon and through Twitch, all goes into a fund. And from that fund, I pull money out to buy model kits and Lego sets and brick kits like this. this Golbat that we are going to finish tonight. I'm able to make that happen because of your generosity. Thank you very much for your continued support in those regards, for everybody that has helped out in any financial way. Now, the next thing I'm going to be working on, the next two things I'm going to be working on were sent to me, and they're acting like they're, they're not part of my backlog. You could almost treat them like they were purchased off a wish list, because I do have that. And anything purchased off my Amazon wish list will come to me in the mail, of course. It will jump the queue and become the next thing that I work on, like the two things I've got coming up. If you want to buy something for me to build, you can go check that out. I've got model kits, Lego sets, inexpensive things, expensive things, a marker if you just want like a Gundam marker that is a pour type. I've never used that before. I'd like to try it out. You could buy that for $7. But yeah, there's inexpensive stuff. There's very expensive stuff. Old kits, new kits, some gear, Lego sets, all kinds of things. Knockoff Lego. If you want to see me build a Xenomorph that is from some third-party company doing brick that I bet isn't good, I'd build a Xenomorph out of fake Lego. That would be neat. But yeah, check the list. See if there's something there you'd like to see me put together. And yeah, and I appreciate that. Is there anything else going on there? My alternative to Amazon is I have a wish list on Throne. I promise I will update that soon. Take a look, see if there's something there you'd like to see me put together. And then the most convoluted and complicated way to support me, because sometimes people need to jump through hoops to feel alive. You go to USA Gundam Store. At USA Gundam Store, you can buy a gift card. They will send you an email with the gift card code. Then you can send me a whisper on Twitch or Blue Sky at Mastodon or Blue Sky or Mastodon. Send me a private message there with that gift card code, and then I will use that gift card code to buy something from USA Gundam Store. Sorry, I just had to check a thing. And that is a way to support me that is unbelievably convoluted. If you want to support me and not spend any money, join my Discord. You're welcome in the Discord. We'd love to have you in the Discord. Come hang out in the fucking Discord. Video links. The most recent episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club. Oh, that's the wrong number. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Oops. Sorry, hold on. I gotta find it. Gotta find the right link. I have the wrong link. I have the bonus one listed, which no longer is valid because voting is closed in the Crunchyroll Anime Awards for this year. So sorry, I have to get the right video link for Pat Baer's Anime Club 173. All 11 spring 2026 isekai. That's right. There are fucking, if you can believe it, 11 new and returning isekai this season, and I made a video all about that shit. So you can watch that if you want to know which ones I'm watching, which ones I might watch, and which ones I'm definitely not going to watch, including one that could be really good, because I don't want to get Disney Plus or Hulu. Mao, I probably won't ever see. If I do see it, it will most likely be because I got Hulu for a bit because of Bleach. But right now, no plans, so I'm not watching it. What I did watch was the second season of Frieren, and that is this week's Kuma Baer video. Season 2 of Frieren took place in the winter 2026 season, last season, and it was phenomenal, and I had a great time watching it. And so I talked about it for about a minute, and that has done not as good as I would like on the algorithm. It did not get shared as much on YouTube Shorts as much as I would like it had been shared, which is a shame. Let me check the number here. Because usually by today, I've usually hit like 1,000 views, and this one's hit about 500. So that's a shame. Would have liked that to have done a little bit better. But can't do anything about it. You know? It happens. Hopefully the next one will bounce back. Anyway, that's all I got to promote for myself and what I'm doing here. I'm going to talk about two anime that I'm currently watching. I'm going to also keep working on this here Golbat. In order to get into all of that, I do need to drink some water and transition back to the overhead camera, and we will do so dramatically right now. It's so warm in here that my glass of water stuck to the to the coaster. That's how warm it is in this room. The LED light. Oh, I just want to say right there, this LED light that I am using, which I'm loving right now, by the way, is actually less heat comes off this because it's an LED than the LED approximating halogen that I normally use. So it's actually would be even hotter if I hadn't bought this. So there we go. Crazy. All right. I got 2 anime to talk to you about here. The episode 3 of Witch Hat Atelier and Marriagetoxin episode 2. Someday I will say Atelier in a way where I don't pause right before and second guess myself. Witch Hat Atelier is what I am saying. If I am not saying that in a way that is correct, I apologize. But that is my understanding of how that is said, and I am, as always, just doing my fucking best. Anyway, Coco thinks magic is cool, but she didn't inherit magic. She's not a witch. She can't use magic, except she finds out, somewhat accidentally, that magic is just knowing some runes and drawing some runes, and she saw some runes one time. So she accidentally causes a bunch of magic to happen, which turns her house and her mom to stone. So basically, she is Quiffery is basically like, all right, I guess you're my apprentice. I'll teach you magic to save your mom. Sure. And basically, he's like, hey, Agate, while I'm gone, your roommates now also teach Coco. And Agate immediately is basically like, I'm going to, hey, prove that you are capable of being an apprentice. And that's where we leave episode 2. But Quiffery, we follow her, him, I should say. And apparently there's more to this story, because of course there is, that Coco has some connection to the brimmed cap witches, most likely the person that she got some of those runes drawings from. And of course that conversation also involves the Ilaria at the Great Hall being like, hey, you got to pay attention to your to what's going on with your apprentices. And again, we then cut back, Agate doing his test. Coco gets sent to a range to perform the Consent of the Crown, which is a challenge where she has to find a flower at the summit using limited tools. And Agate reluctantly lends Coco shoes that allow flight. So that is something. Coco now has something they can do there. Okay, I did this wrong. Sorry, hold on. I got to do it like this. I put the eyes on wrong. Now the eyes are on correctly. Let me get this in. Sorry, hold on. This is being annoying. There it is. Now it's not annoying. We did it. We're getting our Golbat done. We're getting some Golbat work done here. Basically, that's like, hey, just so you know, if you don't do this, you're out. And of course, that's Agate wants that to happen. She wants Coco to fail. Because she doesn't think that Coco is worthy of this. Coco takes the test. And she befriends a brush buddy, which is just a cool looking little creature. This show, episode 3, is like, hey, what about a cool little guy? And I'm like, yeah, man, cool little guy. That sounds great. I'm on board. She destroys all her tools and she destroys the shoes. Coco is just not doing great. And then Coco is resourceful. Coco remembers the things that she has learned, not as a witch, but as a dressmaker. And she kind of uses stuff to kind of make a improvised glider that has some magic using like stuff from the shoes. She basically just like, she MacGyvers her way out of it is the best way I can describe this. And she gets the flower. And she reunites with folks. And by that time, Queefrey is back. Queefrey. And Coco has a moment to kind of just be thankful for her mom and like, you know, who is again petrified right now because our girl fucked up big time. Agate is rude about it. Because of course that's the thing. And he basically is just like, hey, I didn't like what's happening here. This is messed up. But you did do it. Congratulations. You did pass the test. And you are now my apprentice. And then she is gifted a cloak and a pointy hat. And Coco is fucking stoked. And back at the range, apparently, secretly observing our girl Coco was a witch with a mask. And she said, that witch says, the seed has sprouted. Ooh, intrigue. I said that like an asshole, but I do mean it. Hey, Witch Hat is fucking cooking. Witch Hat Atelier is fucking smoking. This shit is compelling and engaging and interesting, and I want to know more. I want to know what's going on here. I am interested in the next episode. It is at the point now where I'm like, do I need to be like, should I get the manga? Should I get really into this manga? Like I am actively considering that. Sorry, I realize I don't know if this is right. Yeah, this is right. Okay. This part doesn't want to. There it is. Every once in a while, there's like a piece that like just doesn't want to fit in properly, and it's confusing. But yeah, it's fucking rules, and I'm really digging it. Also, should say, I also had a good time with our episode 2 of Marriagetoxin. If you're unaware, our main character, Hikaru, is a phenomenal assassin. He's got no time for love or interpersonal relationships or anything. And much to the chagrin of his grandmother, who's like, you're the leader. You've got to have kids. You've got to pass on your genetic material. At the very least, you got to fucking get married. And he doesn't want to. And she's like, and eventually it comes out that his sister is going to be forced into getting married. And she was going to have to break up with her girlfriend because she is gay. And so he's like, fine, I'll fucking figure it out. Meanwhile, he's going to figure it out with the help of May. And May is a gentleman con artist that often dresses as women. May is, as far as I can tell, cool as hell. And May, in exchange for not getting murdered, is going to help our guy Hikaru find the love of find someone to marry him, find someone to genuinely marry him, and not like a paid situation, like genuinely get married to him. And that is the goal. And the end of the first episode, May is like, I think I figured out your charm point. And we don't know what that is. We don't know what that is. We figured out what Hikaru's charm is, because he only cares about work, and he's like so good at seeing through people that like first date banter isn't really going to work on him. It's just like kind of a dead end. But it turns out we learned in this episode what his charm is. May takes Hikaru to an art gallery that's on a cruise ship, so that he can practice first date etiquette, because that is, of course, important. It's important to have that as a skill. So they're gonna work on that. And they run into a artist named Takeru Shiratori, who is popular. He's odd. He's a weirdo, but he's popular because he's talented, and his talent makes it okay that he is a weirdo, because, like I said, he's got something. Now then, May says, "Here's your charm point. Here's what I figured out. It's that you are great. That when you help people, you want to be helpful, even though you're a fucking poison assassin. You want to be helpful to people, and that's really charming. So if you can like save a woman from danger, then she'll definitely fall in love with you. Which is not the best plan in the world, but it is a plan. It is like something. There's something there to that is just like, I guess, May. It's not the best plan in the world, but it is something. Okay, so I mean, the one that works. Okay, I gotta say, I did something. There's something. I must have done something wrong here, because even the best version of this, like this is the one that I didn't do right because I'm missing a piece, and this is the one I did do correctly. The one I did do correctly doesn't fit in here, which means that I did something wrong. I did something wrong with this, and I think I know what it is. I think these are okay. So I put these on wrong. These need to be up like one, like this. Okay, that makes way more sense. I was like, why is this just seem completely inaccurate, or not inaccurate, but like it just doesn't want to work, and it's because I did it wrong. Meanwhile, a painting got stolen, and we were introduced to the master thief Kyoko Himikawa. And apparently, this is a thief that steals paintings that have been stolen. It is not a Robin Hood scenario, but it is somewhat similar to a Robin Hood scenario, where instead of like, basically just like, if a painting gets stolen and he finds out about it, he'll steal a painting to return it to the rightful owners, which is interesting. That is an interesting bit of business. And our thief gets captured by Shizuku Ushio, I should say, who is another character we're introduced in this episode, who is an assassin who can manipulate water which I was very confused about. I was like, wait, what do you mean? But that's a thing in this world, apparently. Let me get through the end of this anime, and then we'll talk about this thing and all the issues that I had with it, because we are done with this build. That is done. But we'll talk about that in a second. I'll finish the anime talk, and then we'll get into conversation about this. Let's see. So that happens. May advises Hikaru to accept jobs where women are in trouble, because it's like, hey, if you save somebody, like I said, they might fall in love with you, have a crush on you. It's a good story for how you met. It's like, oh, he saved my life. Like, try those kinds of jobs. Kyoko is being held in exchange hostage. Basically, Kyoko is kidnapped and is the art thief, and they want all of the stuff that Kyoko has stole previously. Has the anime introduced Gero's friend, the bug user, yet? I forgot how early he is. No, not in this episode. So Hikaru accepts the job of rescuing Kyoto. Great, a meet cute is coming. Hikaru and Shizuku fight, and Shizuku is just like, wait, you're also a master assassin. What if I just gave you more money than the job, huh? Because they're like, this could really fuck up both our clans. Like, this could escalate. But that's the thing, right? Hikaru might take that payout another time, but Hikaru is trying to impress Kyoko. So he's like, no. And kind of says, like, no, I want to, like, have a nice time. And so Shizuku scoffs at him, is just like, come on, what are you talking about? And so the episode ends with the response of Hikaru to being mocked for wanting a normal married life, which, again, a reminder, he does not really want. He just wants to prevent his sister from having to get married to have a kid because she's gay. And also he cares about her. So in response to being like this woman insulting him, he shatters the bulletproof glass helmet on her diving suit with his bare hands. And that's the end of the episode. Yeah. Yeah, so we haven't been introduced the water user, because he's a poison user and she's a water user. And that's as much like mysticism as we've gotten. There'll probably be more. So despite the fact that I have the wrong piece on here, it's still working. One of the extra pieces is still working. You press the button and Golbat moves around. The number one issue I have with this build, which to be clear, has nothing to do with anything about the building. I'm only mad that this reminds me that Golbat doesn't have a proper chin. Golbat's jaw just kind of ends right here, and that's a design in Golbat. That's not liberties taken by Mega. That is not a mistake by Mega. Golbat just doesn't have a protrusion of a chin, a lower jaw, and I've always hated that about Golbat's design, and this reminds me of that. Because when you're looking at it dead on, you're like, oh, this looks weird. But anyway, the effect works really well. That's cool. It's a little lopsided because of the way that the piece that I replaced, so it's a little lopsided, but you can kind of fix it. Yes, Lashbrook, I am led to believe that there is more and more weird shit gonna happen in Marriagetoxin. But right now, I'm liking the vibes of it quite a bit. I'm liking what I'm picking up what they're putting down, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. Looks kind of like the Predator jaw in this Predator's jaw a little bit, yeah. The gimmick, the mini motion gimmick is great. Look at this thing. Its wings, like it moves up and down, which causes its wings to move. I think that's great. I think this is a fun little design. Also, the fact that we called it the Nosferalto instead of Golbat, I think is really good. I'm going to take a photo of this, and then we're going to talk about the next build, which we'll really, really dive into next on Saturday. Not really tonight, but on Saturday we'll dive into it. But let me get some photos of this. So I'm going to take a photo like this, and then I'm going to take a photo holding the thumb, and you can see that part. And you can look at the two photos and compare and contrast it, which I think will be neat. This is the thing that, like, is this going to live on my desk? Probably not, but it could. I could see myself putting it on there, and then, whoops, this thing came off because I, like said, I'm using the wrong piece. If I find the right piece, because I definitely just dropped it somewhere. But I could see myself just like fidgeting and making this move. I do have a Geodude on my Amazon wish list. If you'd like to see another mega mini motion, this is the second one we've done. And then also, like I said, I got one. If you want to see more of this, it's on my wish list. You could pick that up, and I would purchase it. But that's the Golbat. And let's talk a little bit about what I'm working on next. This is kind of just like an exploration here. We're going to build some Zaku 2s. There's a backstory to this. I did put up a video about this. Friend of the site, DSHS, friend of the stream, I should say, DSHS, reached out to me a few months ago and said, hey, around Christmas time, I bought a blind box thing for Premium Bandai. So what it is you spend some money and supposedly you're going to get at least that amount of value out of kits they send. You don't know what you're getting. This is a way for Bandai to send out things where they don't have enough of an item in America to justify doing another run. Right? It's old stock. Now, some of it could be something that's still worth money, worth very much money, right? It's stuff that like hasn't really, it could also be, it's the end of convention season, right? And they would love to sell a bunch of stuff in December instead of having it be in inventory in January, right? So they do this. DSHS gets some stuff. One of the things, a narrative Gundam with the B pack, he's already built. So he's not going to do that. And the other thing is this. The Zaku 2F type LeSean and the Zaku 2 unidentified type LeSean from, this is from RFV, Requiem for Vengeance. This was the several episode done in Unreal Engine Netflix Gundam series that is between Witch and G-Quux. There are only 2 model kits that came out for this. One of them is the Zaku 2, but we did the Char's version of it, the red version. And the other kit that came out, damn, I should rewatch that when I have Netflix. Yeah, you should have. I don't know. I think some of the visually is interesting, but I also think it looks bad. It does remind me, because it is from the perspective of people who are scared shitless of a Gundam, and that is a good reminder that the Gundam is a tool of destruction, and it's the fucking White Devil. But it has 2. It has the Gundam, which is a cool looking Gundam, and it has this. So these are variants. These are variants of the Zaku 2. So it's a kit I've already built. I've already built the Zaku 2, but this is the F-type LeSean and the unidentified type LeSean. And we're going to build those. And we're going to build them basically at the same time. We're going to be going through here. As you can see in the instruction booklet, got a bunch of stuff here. We're going to build all of this chest all the way through. Then we're going to build the other chest, and we'll build that all the way through. And then we're going to build the 2 heads. which are basically similar except for the colors. So it's like, oh, build this or build that with that. And it basically gives you, it tells you the colors that we're working with. What do they call it? Sorry, I have to look under the light here. Khaki and green. Pretty easy to identify this right here. This is green, and this is khaki. That's what they want me to say. But they're like, oh yeah, do the green one for this. And then like A2 is green. This is the green. And this is not green. It's khaki, apparently. And they're like, okay, yeah, do that for the various pieces you need because the heads are going to be different. Like the heads are basically the same except the colors are a little different, basically. But as you can see from this photo, the shields are going to be different and the weaponry is kind of different. And some of the details are different, but it's basically the same kit. It's just variations of it. But because it comes with both of them, they want you to build them at the same time. And I think that's neat. And this is a cool thing because we'll be able to like check it out. The number one I think I remember the number one thing I remember from the Zaku 2F when I built it previously is that you build the shield really early. And I was surprised about that. But we'll do that. We'll build the shield and all that. We'll go through. There's also a cover thing. I'm going to have to research what the fuck this means. Wrap the cover around the section when attaching the spot. Basically, add creases to the cover before attaching the arm. One of these has like this fabric that's going to go around it to get like a different looking design on it. And that's really weird. And then also one of these, eventually, we will be putting on chain because one of them, the unidentified type has chain on it. And you can see here, the shoulder has like some of this chain here that will attach. And they basically want me to use some kind of glue. There are stickers here to apply some stuff. Oh yeah, there's also glue the F1 parts. So there are parts on here that they want me to cut and glue on. I've never fucking seen that before. Basically, these parts here, these treads, they want me to glue them on. And I've never fucking seen that before. It's really weird. Attaching metal chains and F1 log parts to the Zaku 2 unidentified type. Yeah, this is fucking weird. Lots of weird choices. Yeah, Lashbrook. I mean, this is like one of the weirdest premium kits I've ever seen. Where they're like, yeah, attach a metal chain. Like, what? Like, I probably will just attach the plastic. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to do any of these metal chains at the end of this. Like, they give me so much information to put these chains on. And I'm like, am I going to do any of this? Like, I'll probably do the plastic parts here, like they see here. I'll probably do this part. But I don't think I'm going to do... I might try it. You know what? I'll say this. When that kit is done, I will give it a shot. I will give this a shot with these chains and gluing these chains on. I will use liquid cement and I will try to attach chains. But they're like, cut these to different lengths. Like I might try to do it on the shoulder in a pattern and just kind of go haphazard with it. But I don't fucking think I'm really going to do this. Like all of this parts. And then there's a bunch of stickers we can put on there. Other than the eye stickers, I don't know if I'm going to do any of that. It's just a weird fucking kit. And then it ends up looking like this. Like, we're going to do the insignia on the shield. Like, of course. But yeah. This thing is just like its shield has chains on it, which are these parts here. And then they're like, yeah, and you can add real chains to it. I'm like, what? Why? Why would I do that? I don't think I'm going to do that. But if I don't do that, these look too similar except for the extra shield, because this thing has 2 shields, which is, again, fucking weird. The unidentified type has like weird shit on it. I don't know. It's strange. But we'll see when we get there. It's going to take a while, but we're going to be building 2 Zaku's at once. 2 Zaku 2s at once, which is really weird. That's the future of there. And then when we're done with that, I'm just going to show you what the narrative looks like. Hold on, let me find it, because I didn't add it to my corner photo thing. This is the Narrative Gundam Master Grade B-Pax Ver-Ka. This is the thing we'll build after that. So, this is the narrative, and then this part, the backpack parts, the parts where there's like the cord coming out, that's the B-Pack. Future Tag Team Champions, indeed, Lord Crashington. So the Narrative Gundam, basically, it comes with it, right? This kit comes with that, and it comes with a stand, which has its own instructions, and it comes with a stand because the backpack makes the kit too heavy. So this is like, first of all, I didn't think I'd ever build the Narrative Gundam. Just never thought I'd ever build the Master Grade of that. I basically never expect that I will ever build a Master Grade these days, especially a Premium Bandai one, because they are so expensive. Like, as it is right now, it is a hard justification for me to buy a real grade because they are so pricey, let alone buy a Master Grade, because they don't make that many these days. So I didn't think I would ever build a Master Grade again. And then also it's got this huge giant ass backpack. So that's the thing I'm going to be building when I'm done with all these goddamn Zaku's, which is the next thing that we're working on. Is all these ding dang Zaku's are the next thing we'll be building. And then after that, the Narrative Gundam Ver-Ka. Narrative Gundam B-Pax Ver-Ka, because it's the Ver-Ka, is the other version. That's the thing we'll be building after that. I'm just going to wrap up tonight, because I didn't want to get started on the Zaku's until, we'll start the Zaku's on Saturday, so I hope you come back for that. But we got a couple minutes left before we take off. And I did just want to say very quickly that, we'll talk more about it on Saturday, but hey, Dosa Divas. Dosa Divas, I do not believe that I will be playing that on stream at any time. I'm picking at it in my own time. This is your encouragement to go pick up that game. It has so much fucking heart and is very fucking cool. It's got all kinds of, it's a love letter to cultures, specific cultures, but also the fandom of those of people in those cultures. There's mech shit in it. It's really fucking cool. So Dosa Divas, you should check that out. I don't think I am properly equipped to probably stream that game, but it's very good and I recommend it. Also, I haven't finished Power Wash Simulator 2's Adventure Time pack because the outside treehouse job is just so fucking big, and I keep having trouble finding stuff in it. Vehicles were really cool. The vehicle job was very cool. But I'm stuck on the last one here, so I'm picking at it slowly. Also, because I had another video game to play. But yeah, Dosa Divas is really good, and you should check it out if you haven't, because I think it is muy bien. It's very good. But that is the wrong language. But yeah, it's really good, so you should check it out. That's gonna do it for tonight. I'm gonna end a little early because I am going to prep to watch a wrestle show. I'm going to be watching New Japan Pro Wrestling presents Death Vegas Invitational 2026. That is Despy's show. It's going to involve a bunch of indie people and some Japanese wrestlers. It'll be all kinds of fucked up and cool. It's such a smarter idea than trying to just run a New Japan strong show, because it's got a vibe. That's going to be real good. I'm going to be watching that in 10 minutes. But before that, we, of course, will end this stream with a raid. We have to find somebody doing a stream that we want to go hang out with on this Thursday evening. Who should we go and see here? Let's see. How long has this person been streaming? Because they are my friend, and they do not stream at night that often. So we'll see how long they've been going. How long have you been going? Okay, no, they've been going over 3 hours, so I think they're probably gonna be done soon. It sucks when we go and raid somebody and they're finishing up. I just don't like that. Hey, Matt Wiggins is playing Marathon. We like Matt Wiggins quite a bit. He's only been streaming for like half an hour, so he'll hopefully be streaming for a while. So let's go hang out with Matt as he plays some Marathon. He knows a thing or two about that game. And I want to thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your night. I hope I will see you on Saturday as I begin these weird, cool Zaku 2 Fs that we will be getting at the same time. 2 Zakus for the price of 2 Zakus. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope to see you on the next one. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.